And welcome back. Today, Governor Greg Abbott activated state emergency response resources ahead of the winter weather threat.
Joining us now to talk about those steps is Wes Rappaport with the Texas Division of Emergency Management. Thank you so much for being with us, Wes. So tell us about the preps that are underway right now.
Yeah, Daniel, Jennifer, good to be with you. You know, one of the things that's really important for us is making sure that the state of Texas is doing everything we can ahead of storm impacts to ensure that Texas communities have what they need to respond. So in this situation, Governor Abbott directed the Texas Division of Emergency Management to activate those state emergency response resources. And here's what that looks like. It's SAW crews from the Texas A&M Forest Service. It includes game wardens and DPS troopers to help provide supplemental support and patrol the Texas highways, and it also includes medics and firefighters and ambulances to help provide support to the first responders across the state. And it also includes pre-treating and treating and then retreating of roadways from our partners at the Texas Department of Transportation. You know, that's just a high-level snapshot of all of the state emergency response resources that are available to local communities should they have needs from the state as this winter weather system progresses through the state of Texas.
All right, Wes, and as you just mentioned there, this storm may impact much of the state. So how are you spreading those resources so that all potentially impacted areas can really get that attention that they may need?
Yeah, we're working with key partners to ensure that resources are staged across the threat area and in place as needed. We're also continuing to monitor conditions, and as the forecast confidence gets better and increases, then we will adjust the state resource footprint as we need to ensure that the resources are where they need to be, when they need to be there, to tap in and provide the support to our local communities. You know, here's the deal. The state is doing our part. We also need Texans to do their part. That includes making a plan. That includes packing an emergency supply kit and having those resources available for yourself and for your family. And just plain staying informed, making sure you've got ways to receive information from your local officials and, of course, have access to weather information through our media partners.
Do you have any advice for people who try to heat their homes? Sometimes people can heat them inappropriately when it goes, or the power goes out, and that can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning and other things. What advice do you have for that?
Yeah, when the weather in a situation where we see those cold weather temperatures, those sub-freezing temperatures last for 24, 48, even 72 hours in some cases, really important to make sure that if you find a need to add heat into your home or the heat system is not working, please make sure that you only use those generators appropriately, or use those generators use them outside and ensure that they have a place to be easily ventilated if you need to use one in your home. You know, carbon monoxide poisoning is a common killer, and we want to make sure that we minimize harm. Someone trying to stay warm, doing the right thing, got to make sure that you do that safely and do that carefully. And so that's something that we're very keen on, and wanting to make sure that Texans follow the instructions, the manufacturer instructions for how to use those heat sources, keeping those things safe. You know, one other way to just put in perspective, the state of Texas works very closely with our local partners to keep a map of local warming centers that are opened and operated by our local officials across the state. We then take all that information, plug it on a map, and that can be found at tdem.texas.gov/warm. So if you need a warm place to go, that is a resource for you as well.
All right, Wes Rappaport, thank you so much. Of course, we'll have all of that information on our website at KXAN.com. Thanks again for joining us.